Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. The Trump regime is trying to ban porn. I'm not kidding. The Trump regime just proposed a new bill that will ban pornography nationwide. And not just that, but anything that the government deems as profane and obscene will be, if you spread that material, punishable with prison time. And guess what this includes? GTA 6. So for all you gamers out there, Donald Trump is trying to ban GTA 6 and porn. Now, I know there's a lot of you porn-addicted gooners out there, and you're probably going to be like, this is good for society. Just because you're addicted to porn does not mean that you should punish the rest of society. And one other thing, when you ban porn, violence against women skyrockets, okay? Because you are now, like, first of all, let's cover one thing real quick. Masturbation is healthy. Watching porn is healthy. These are not, you can, of course, make it unhealthy if you have an addiction to it. But to punish the entirety of society for the degeneracy of a small handful of almost entirely alt-right Christian gooners who are addicted to OnlyFans porn and then love to shit on OnlyFans girls. If you think the solution to that is prohibition like we did with booze, you're a fucking idiot. So, we're going to dive into this real quick. Before we do, let me just remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. If you do want to help this channel financially, because this is real independent media, and I have no funding, I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a billionaire or a foreign government, then there's a couple of ways that you can help support the channel. You can become a patron on Patreon for $5. You can become a member on YouTube for $5. You could buy some of this dope-ass Valenti Videos merch, and you can use the 40% off discount code for the Vantage subscription on Ground News, located in the description below. But without further ado, let's dive right into this. This is from the Economic Times. Visiting Pornhub could soon be illegal in the United States. Senators introduce new bill that may ban pornography nationwide. Oh, Jesus. What you need to know about the Interstate Obscenity Definition Act. That's what it's called. The Interstate Obscenity Definition Act. A new bill introduced in Congress could change the way pornography is treated under U.S. law, especially online. Called the Interstate Obscenity Definition Act, the IODA. This legislation was introduced by Utah fascist Senator Mike Lee and is co-sponsored by Representative fascist Mary Miller of Illinois. If passed, it could bring sweeping changes to how online sexual content is defined, regulated, and even criminalized at the federal level. What does the new anti-pornography bill propose? At its core, the IODA bill aims to redefine what is legally considered quote-unquote obscene in the United States. The legislation seeks to replace the existing definition based on the 1973 Supreme Court decision in Miller v. California, commonly known as the Miller test. Under current law, for content to be labeled as obscene, it must meet three criteria: appeal to prurient sexual interests, offend contemporary community standards, and lack serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. The new bill eliminates some of that complexity. Instead, it proposes that any content appealing to prurient interests in nudity, sex, or excretion, and that depicts or describes sexual acts with the intent to arouse, could be considered obscene. Notably, the bill removes the, quote, intent clause from the Communications Acts of 1934, meaning that content creators and platforms could be prosecuted even without intent to distribute obscene material. You don't even understand what this means. Let me read this again. Content creators and platforms could be prosecuted even without intent to distribute obscene material. You ever made a sex tape with your wife? You ever made a sex tape with a girl? I have. I know half of you are going to go digging for it. Now, not you distributing that, but you creating an at-home sex tape is now punishable with prison time. Do you understand that? You know how, like, the Republicans are always like, oh, we want small government, we want small government. No, They want Donald Trump in the bedroom with you, watching. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Your freedom of sex is now gone. And meanwhile, Donald Trump is accepting a $400 million jet from Qatar. So he gets to do whatever the fuck you want, but you don't even get to goon. Why does fascist Senator Mike Lee believes this bill is necessary despite his unrelenting addiction to porn? In a post on Twitter, fascist Senator Mike Lee stated, "Obscenity is not protected by the First Amendment, but hazy, unenforceable definitions have allowed pornography companies to infect our society, peddle smut to children, and do business across state lines unimpeded." He added that the IODA is a first step toward creating a stronger legal definition of obscenity, and that it will help stop those profiting from what he calls the degradation of others. I am willing to bet that fascist Senator Mike Lee watches the gayest porn you could possibly imagine. I'm talking 6 dudes railing each other up the mouth. That's what I guarantee this guy is addicted to. And because he has a rampant addiction to gay porn, he wants it to be banned nationwide because he's too fucking weak to shut the laptop himself and go focus on his wife and child who desperately need their father's attention. That's why he's doing this. Do you understand? Do you understand? And yes, Chatter is right, Michaela Dawn. This will negatively affect LGBTQ plus spaces. They are going to label any and all LGBTQ representation as obscene. And I do mean literally flying the rainbow flag. That will be obscene. Wearing a crop top, obscene. Letting the back of your thong stick out, obscene. These are theocratic fascists. These are Christian theocratic fascists. They want the Handmaid's Tale. These people who bitch and moan about Sharia law, and don't get me wrong, I don't like Sharia law. They want Sharia law. They just don't want it to be called Sharia. They want it to be called Jerusalem law. They want it to be called the law of Christ. They want women to be barefoot, pregnant, and in the fucking kitchen, while men, and here's the thing, they want women to be barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen, but the men don't have the fucking balls to go grab a rifle and go out to war. All they want to do is sit on their fucking ass and stream on Twitch playing fucking Fortnite, and they're, I want a woman with traditional values. You are the most soft, beta bitch, flabby titty fucking man in your gene pool. Do you understand that? These fucking people. It's so, oh my God. And this isn't the first time that this motherfucker has done this, by the way. I want to show you. He proposed a bill very similar to this. Listen to this. This is Lee's third attempt at passing similar legislation. He introduced related bills in both 2022 and 2023, but those efforts did not pass. Excuse me. Could this bill lead to a national porn ban? If passed, the bill could dramatically broaden what qualifies as criminal sexual content under federal law. That means a wide range of adult content currently legal and protected under free speech could become prosecutable if it's shared across state lines or from international sources. Real quick, I want you to picture your favorite porn star. Got him in your head? Yeah. Trump wants them to go to prison. Trump wants you to think that that person that you're thinking of is a violent criminal. A violent criminal participating in the degradation of our society. Unfucking believable. What are they gonna do to Angela White? What are they gonna do? Don't put Angela in jail. Angela! It's unfucking believable. Not Jordy! No, not Jordy! You can't take Jordy from me! No! Fucking let's see if we can get the actual Obscenity Act. No, we're going to have to find the actual paperwork for this. So, listen, guys. Donald Trump and the Trump regime are theocratic fascists. Okay, Matt Walsh, who was at like the Trump inauguration, he was also at the what was it, the joint address to Congress. Like, Matt Walsh is one of the higher ups in the Trump regime, and on his Twitter bio it says theocratic fascist. These people are fascist. Even if they're too stupid to know that they are. You have to understand, if you have family members that you're still like friends with, or friends, if you have family or friends that you're still holding connections to because, you know, they voted for Trump, but they're family, that's not your family anymore. That's a Nazi. And I mean that. That is now a Nazi. Voting for Trump is one thing, but still supporting him this late in the game, you need to cut that person off. That person is a fascist. That person is a fascist. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to keep on going. We got more content to make. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And click that video over there. I promise you, it's an absolute fucking banger.